I've had the honor and the privilege of knowing and being with a few of the fathers of faith in this nation. I tell you, sometimes when you look at them, you can almost see in the spirit blood just dripping like rain on the ground. Their entire lives have become a drink offering. We live in a generation that claims people's anointings and refuses their sacrifices. Anybody that you know who has become great today, find out what they did. There is always a season of preparation. If you see anybody who breaks that rule, run away from them. They have nothing to offer you. I've cried in my life. Oh, you see me smiling all the time. I'm only smiling before you. Ask God. The first time we organized crusade as a ministry, then just starting, we didn't even have money to pay the transport fare. This our generation must reduce this ungodly admiration that erodes the need for process. There was a time I prayed for 72 hours non-stop. My eyes did not know whether it was morning or night. I don't say this to boast in the flesh, but I am telling you, ladies and gentlemen, greatness does not just happen. You want to stretch your hands to the sick and they are healed? You want to tell someone stand up from a wheelchair and he stands? You want to open a church or an assembly and God honors you with people? Please let me tell you this, it is more than just claiming. There is a school of the spirit. There is a cup you must drink of and a baptism you must be baptized with. One day you will pray and it will look like the prayer is not answered, and God will watch you. After you have preached and said there is nothing my God cannot do, you will feel as if his headache, whether it's from the back of your head or the front, you may not be able to explain. And like Paul, you will lay your hands. I besought him thrice that this thorn be taken away from me, and he says my grace is sufficient for you. When the Lord turned again the captivity of Zion, the Bible says we were like them that dream. When the Lord began to open doors of ministry for me, when the Lord began to show me his mercy on that wise, it came with such level of speed I could no longer accommodate my schedules. What is this new thing that is happening to me? It's as if a curtain just opened everywhere. Joshua Selman, I know how seasons of greatness comes, but can I tell you this? While you wait, cry but wait. Keep doing what he's asking you to do. You sowed the seed like a fool and you are sitting down, and God, can I tell you this? I remember those days in the ministry, we used to sit on the ground on mats, and then the days of Zaria, and then now he's brought us into the city. Only God knows how many episodes of this greatness will happen in our lifetime. That is why it's dangerous to over celebrate realms. They would distract you. There is a healthy way to celebrate and prepare, because every time you attain a manifestation of a realm, the preparation for the next realm should start immediately. This is how champions live. Champions never plateau. Champions never rest. As soon as they pat their back, they know that you are beginning another circle. Listen to what I'm telling you. Some of you, this is the reason why you rose up in ministry, you rose up in your finances. As soon as you made 1 million, 10 million, 100 million, you just plateaued and say, ah, my soul find rest. No. You look at our fathers in the Lord today, it's as if they are just starting ministry. I returned back from Enugu and I was seeing the posters of our father Baba Kumuyi everywhere. I said, at this age, this man is still traveling and holding crusades as if he's trying to gain visibility. Please, let me give you an advice. When people clap for you, sustain the courage to tell them it's enough, because I'm already focusing on the training for the next season. We are going to pray. Let me share with you a story. Many years ago, I went to a place called Premier Hotel in Ibadan. When I went there, it was night and I didn't even have the money to pay for any place for accommodation. And I'm telling you, I said, God, what is this? I entered the place, looked around, you know, wonderful place, and I was seeing people and I could not pay for the place. I could not even pay for any place. Looking around, I was just hanging around. I couldn't hang out inside, so I was outside. And then eventually I made up my mind. I said, I can't stay like this till morning. There was a church somewhere. I trekked and I found a church that was doing night vigil. I joined them to do that vigil so that I don't waste. There's no need wasting time. I tell you this. And then a few years later, I would go to preach within that region. And right from, I think it was from the airport or so, I can't remember the whole story now. I saw people greeting me, protocol people with cars, and they were leading me to my place of stay. Guess where they took me? When I saw myself climbing that hill, tears filled my eyes. And I said, oh God, only a fool says there is no God. When they dropped me there, they took me to their highest suite, and I was there. I usually travel with my people, and they were outside, they were swimming. There was a program in the evening, you know, but these guys were swimming, playing table tennis, and I was watching them from that place. I said, it's not your fault, my dear people. They were happy, enjoying themselves by the pool, and I was watching. I said, oh dear. But what if because of what happened at that moment, I said, you know what, this ministry will just fold it. That's all. Do you know how many people are cheering you in the spirit and saying, for our sake, don't give up, we have been waiting for you? Do you know how many unborn children who are saying, doctor, you will be the consultant who will deliver me, or in case it's CS, make sure you keep giving your best? Do you know how many people who are saying, businessman, it is your scholarship that is going to raise me to have an encounter? Don't give up. There are nameless faces in the spirit joining the angels to say, you have come too far. You have come too far. Apostle, you don't know how many times I've failed. Do not worry. There is something called failing forward. Look up. If you enter a plane and the plane is moving and you go back to the back seat, are you going backward? Is the plane moving forward? Even though inside the plane you are moving back, overall, are you going backward? That's what we call failing forward. There is failure as an event. There is failure as a person. I'm speaking here tonight to a man of God who went for a crusade, saying God called you, and you went there, nobody was healed, only one person was saved. The people said, don't ever tell us God called you again, and you return back wandering. Or a prophet who prophesied 10 cases, you got 0. You didn't, everything you saw was wrong, and you are wondering, Lord, did you really call me? What of a businessman who 5 businesses, you lost money, you failed completely? I bring you words of comfort. In this kingdom, there is something called the season of preparation and the season of appearing. During your season of preparation, you discover God, you discover you discover that rod that you will be using to do mighty things for the kingdom. Can I tell you this? No matter how many times you fall, don't throw that rod. That is the rod that you will part the Red Sea with. Make sure by the time you get to the Red Sea, you don't get there alone. Get there with your rod. Your rod can be your voice, your rod can be your hands, your rod can be your brain, your rod can be your character, everything that can help you. Today we thank God for the privilege of this rod he has so trained us to hold. It was once the rod of Moses, but when he handed it over to God, it became the rod of God. Never called the rod of Moses again. It is called the voice of you. But when you hand it over to God, it's now called the voice of God. It will now sing songs that will go around the world. It will now preach messages that will go around the world. Be careful when you laugh at people who are in their seasons of training. You may be laughing at your destiny helper and bury your head in shame forever. There are people who laughed at young people thinking they will never rise. There are people who laughed at business people. Can I tell you this? Sometimes God allows people to witness your failure so that they will be the defenders of your greatness. They will say, no, I saw this man of God. I knew when he held a crusade that nobody was there. I saw this business person. My mother even gave him 20 naira. Don't be ashamed of your season of tears. The scar on your hand today, you've heard me say it. What you are ashamed of today will become your symbol of honor tomorrow. Are you ready to pray? Lord, I am in my season of preparation. Grant me grace. Grant me grace. Lift your voice and pray. Is someone praying? Grant me grace to discover you. Some of you are just starting in destiny. God may not be talking to you about purpose. God may not be talking to you about ministry. He may not be talking to you about your assignment. He will talk to you about himself. He wants you to know him, not your talent. God first. Lift your voice and pray. Cry before the Lord your maker. In the beginning, God, over my life. So what will start as a ministry starts as an encounter with God. What will start as a kingdom financing ministry will still start as God. What will start as a kingdom political career still starts as God. Everything, no matter what it is, if it is in its beginning, it is God. Pray, pray, pray for your destiny. The phase of development. Lord, grant me the discipline, grant me the diligence. May I not pamper myself, may I not pamper my destiny. Let pain not be a distraction. Let pain not constitute a limitation. Grant me the grace to endure like a faithful soldier, building my mind, building my gifts, building my mind, building my value, building my mind, building my value. Is someone praying? Building my mind, building my value. This is a template that our fathers followed. This is a template that our fathers gave us. This is a template that scripture gives us. We cannot compromise on the pattern. Pray for the season of tests. Oh, that when God will prove me, may I be faithful. That when God will prove me, may I have the stamina to remain. Ye who have continued with me, ye who have continued with destiny. I will finish my season of training with honor, with nobility, with honor, with nobility, with honor, with nobility, with honor, with nobility, with honor, with nobility.